Welcome to Southaven Business Beat. Business and community leaders talk with us to provide invaluable resources to aid the business community.
This episode is sponsored by the DeSoto Athletic Club. Are you ready to embark on a fitness journey like no other? Introducing DeSoto Athletic Club, your premier fitness destination in DeSoto County. Since 1999, we've been setting the standard in fitness excellence. Today, we're not just a gym, we're a lifestyle evolution. Our commitment to your fitness journey led us to reshape our entire approach in 2014. No more one-size-fits-all memberships. At DeSoto Athletic Club, you're in control. Starting at just $24.99, customize your membership with the services you love: hydro massage, tanning, group fitness, team training, or our exclusive recovery services. You decide. Visit www.daxsouthaven.com on how to join.
And now here's your host, Aaron Cozort.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Southaven Business Beat. We're here today with State Representative Rodney Hall. First of all, congratulations on the election results.
Thank you very much.
And we're so glad to have you in the House of Representatives for the state of Mississippi, representing the district. Tell me a little bit about your district, and then let's get into some discussion about some of your plans and some exciting things.
Yeah, absolutely, Aaron. And I want to thank you again for having me on the business beat. You know, Southaven Chamber is something that is very close to my heart. It's also in my district.
Yeah.
And so everything that we're doing here is absolutely critical and important to what's happening in Southaven, and, you know, even more so in the West End. Now, of course, I'm the representative for District 20. District 20 is a brand new seat that they brought over here. And if you can think about the map, the very western piece of my district is going to be Highway 51 over in Colonial Hills.
Okay.
The northern district, or the northern boundary, is going to be State Line Road.
Okay.
And then the eastern is going to be Highway 78 over in Olive Branch.
Okay.
And then the south is Rasco, and it goes down to Church as you get over there to the Olive Branch side. So it's a nice long rectangle with a little triangle over there in Olive Branch.
Right. Right. So that makes me excited. That means I live in your district. So, you know, as we think about Southaven and we think about the district at part of Olive Branch, think about the state of Mississippi, what are you excited to get down into Jackson revolving around your district?
Yeah, you know, the thing that is very unique about DeSoto County, and really in this district, you know, we're a part of Mississippi, and Mississippi has so much opportunity, has so much potential. But, you know, Southaven and DeSoto County doesn't look exactly like Mississippi across the board, right? We have some other unique challenges and some unique opportunities.
Right.
And so when you think about our business community, when you think about our economic prowess, right, our ability and our what we provide to the state of Mississippi, we have a huge opportunity, not just for the state, but really here in our own community, to bring businesses back, reinvigorate communities, in order that DeSoto County continues to grow and be successful and prosper.
Well, that leads us right into a discussion that I know is upcoming here in this area, and that is an initiative to redevelop the West End district of Southaven. Tell me a little bit about some of those plans and where that's headed.
Yeah, you know, when you look at the history of Southaven and how, you know, Main Street, the West End, right, the original Southaven, which is where I live. So proud to be a member of that community, so proud to be from the West End. And you look at the growth and development of Southaven, the West End was the original part of Southaven. And as we continue to grow, you know, a lot of stuff has moved over to Snowden Grove, and I mean, it looks phenomenal, right? You drive over there, there's something new being built every single day. The economic opportunities there are just absolutely incredible. But with that said, I also don't want us to forget where we come from, right?
Absolutely.
Where our original Southaven was, where the West End was. And I don't think that we need to create another Snowden Grove, right?
Right.
Main Street has some charm.
Absolutely.
It has some history. It has some heritage. And I want us to hold on to that. And I want us to maintain that. But when it comes to that, again, we're not trying to recreate another Snowden Grove, but we want to make Main Street, the original Southaven, as beautiful and as great as it can be.
Absolutely. So, you know, you think about that, one of the things that's going to be involved in that is providing opportunities to individuals and businesses in that space. But another thing, and I know is important, and there's been discussions in previous episodes of Southaven Business Beat, is maintaining the safety
Yes.
of this area, because of course we have a much closer proximity to Memphis and to the state line. So tell me a little bit about some of the discussions and some of the plans in regards to just the safety and in this area.
Yeah, I've talked with Sheriff-elect Thomas Tuggle quite a few times, and I think we have a very good leadership coming in, not just with our Southaven Police Department, but then also in the Sheriff's Office.
Right.
And I've already told him anything that he needs to keep DeSoto County safe, he can count on me as an ally down in Jackson. That's absolutely the bedrock and the foundation of our community, right? We can't have economic growth. We can't have people investing into the West End or Southaven or DeSoto County at large if they don't feel safe, if their investments aren't safe. And so anything that he needs in order to keep DeSoto County safe, he can count on me down in Jackson.
Right. So as you get ready to head down to Jackson, when does the congressional period begin?
Yeah, so we swear in on January 2nd.
Okay.
And then we'll start of course, the first year is 120 days statutorily on how long we'll be in session. So I expect for this first 4 months to be very busy.
Sure.
But with that said, it gives us a big window of opportunity to get a lot of stuff done. And really talking about the West End, I didn't have a general election opponent, and so I ran unopposed in the general after the primary. It really gave me the opportunity to get a head start.
Sure.
And while other people still had to campaign, and God bless them, because I know exactly what goes into it, and I think we have a really good team shaping up. I got an opportunity to really go out there and visit with business leaders, faith-based leaders, visit with folks in the community, and find out what was really on their hearts, on their minds, and what the direction they wanted to see Southaven and the West End in particularly grow towards. And so with that said, it also gave me the opportunity to go out there and try to find solutions to the problems that we face.
Sure.
And so over the past few months, I have had the opportunity to go and visit with our congressional leaders, go visit with our university leaders and our business leaders to really find what's going to be the opportunity, what's going to be that thing that really gives the West End a big push. And, I was so happy to see the mayor and partner with the chamber for the West End redevelopment, and it's just so critical. This chamber does a fantastic job as far as ensuring that our business communities stay involved and engaged.
Right.
And so the government needs to help out with that, right?
Right.
And one thing that I think that is possible is to bring brand new investments back to the West End and really give that big push.
Sure.
Really bring back Main Street, bring back that charm, just kind of give it that invigoration so that the future looks brighter.
So in thinking about some of the things that involve this district and this area, what are some of the things that you think are areas that we need to improve down in Jackson? And what are some areas where you think, we just need to do better or do more in these areas, especially related to your district?
Yeah, what I really would like to see us to be able to accomplish down in Jackson is really to set the conditions for businesses and communities to thrive. Of course, taxes is going to be a large thing.
Sure.
And, us as conservatives, and I'm a conservative, we like to see government get out of the way for business to thrive, right? And while the rest of the state of Mississippi also talks about cutting taxes, it's more unique to us.
Right.
You got to think, just north of us, we share a border with Shelby County. They don't have an income tax.
Right.
And so we lose a lot of the investments that we could have if we just cut the income tax.
Absolutely.
That also helps increase and grow our tax base.
Absolutely.
And so I think that that's absolutely important and critical that we continue to move towards those steps so that investment comes into DeSoto County.
We're taking a second to thank our sponsors. Follow App. The Follow App is the long-term solution for networking, instantly connecting you to those frequently missed opportunities to find the right referral partner or new client to grow your business. Wisdom Integrators. Are you a business owner and is technology getting in the way of your business? If your computers are slow, your website is horrible, or your business needs more efficiency, then it's time to reach out to Aaron Cozort and Wisdom Integrators. Would you like to be a sponsor? Contact Debbie King at 662-342-6114 for more information. Be sure to share and subscribe for more business resources. Now back to Southaven Business Beat and host Aaron Cozort.
So as you think about a few of the things that we've already talked about, what are some things that you're interested in seeing here locally? And what are some things that you're perhaps looking towards the members of the chamber to help with that don't involve necessarily getting the state to do something, but rather people who here in the local district actually get involved and participate in?
You know, one thing that I saw as I just, worked in Congress, and then also the research that I've been doing over the past few months is really, imagine if we have a business incubator here in the West End, right? For folks that are from our community, that are invested in our community and want to stay in our community, to give them a leg up, right? Not a welfare type thing, but really just setting the conditions, getting government out of the way, give them the support that they need, so that they can get a business started here in the West End, help it grow, and then let them run off to the races and do what they do best, which is thrive, win, and succeed.
So, that's an interesting idea, because one of the things, especially new businesses and new business owners need, is they need that support system. And that's one of the things the chamber is great at. And I know the chamber is interested in helping businesses grow and get that first step and first few steps up and going. But as you look at that, is that something that's realistic for this district? Is that something that sometimes we have ideas that are great, but do we have the facilities? Do we have the function to be actually be able to do those? Yeah,
no, I think we do. And I've looked at a lot of examples across the country, of course, from my experiences working in Washington, and we have the facilities already. If you look at just some of the businesses that have closed, this isn't breaking ground and building something new per se. It's taking existing structures that we have, fixing it up a little bit, doing some modifications, and then getting in there and starting to grow our community from within.
Well, I think that's a thing that's really important for specifically this district in this area. Is there's a lot of traffic that we recognize has gone to other parts of Southaven, other parts of the area, but there's still a vibrancy that exists here. This is where the Christmas parade happens. This is where a lot of other business gets done. This is where City Hall is. So there's an opportunity here to really allow business and residential areas to grow, to thrive, and to benefit from the growth of new opportunity and new development here in the West End and here across the northern part of the state of Mississippi. Tell me just a little bit, and for those who may not know you very well, give me a little bit of your background and reintroduce yourself, if you will, to those who may not know you.
Yeah, so absolutely, Aaron. And I consider myself a soldier first. I followed in the footsteps of my father and my grandfather. Of course, my grandfather, he went to Vietnam. My dad, he did 25 years. He went to Desert Storm. And I have just had my 19th year anniversary as a soldier. Rapidly getting towards 20, but my knees don't hurt and my back is still fine, so I think I'll keep in the fight. But I'm a soldier as well. I'm an infantry officer in the Mississippi Army National Guard. That's really where I got a lot of my roots, my character, my resolve. It really developed me into the person who I am today. But with that said, I'm also an attorney. I take a very big pride in being able to take the time to read and understand, and also know that just because I won an election and I'm headed down to Jackson doesn't make me necessarily the smartest person in the room.
Right.
But I understand teamwork, and I understand the community, and I understand finding the folks that have that domain expertise, and then partnering with them to ensure that government gets out of the way for the betterment of all citizens. That's what I'm really passionate about when it comes to legislation, when it comes to really helping us, right? When you think about government, we are led by the citizenry,
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
It doesn't come from the top, it comes from within.
Yes.
And so I have seen all across this district, all across this country, some of the best ideas. And that brings me to another point. I think that one thing that I saw lacking kind of just across at the state level is the community engagement, the involvement with the citizenry. There's not really a simple way or for citizens to say, hey, I've identified this problem. There's a solution for it. let's get it done.
Right.
And so one thing that I've done is created and this is on my website, and of course anybody that goes to it, rodneyhall.ms, it looks like just like a regular old website. But what it allows me to do, if somebody comes in and say, hey, there's a problem in this agency, or there's a problem with this government regulation, or if there's a problem in my community, or even in the state at large, they can go there, send that stuff to me, and it gives me a way to keep all that stuff together, but then also to work towards solutions on it.
That's great.
And so I encourage anybody that sees something out in the community, sees something that's affecting their business, affecting their children, affecting their safety, go there, reach out to me. That will really allow for me to set the conditions and also work towards solutions for not only District 20 in DeSoto County, but the state of Mississippi.
It's an important point that, the solution, and government's supposed to be about solutions. It's supposed to be about solving problems for citizens and protecting citizens. But it can only solve problems that it's aware of. And so having that avenue through the website is a great way for people to be able to reach out and say, hey, this is what is going on. Because I think that's one of the things that, by and large, most people who are part of an area, they don't know how to reach out. They don't know how to make that connection unless they have a personal relationship with someone. So that's a great opportunity. So give me that website one more time.
It is rodneyhall.ms.
All right, so rodneyhall.ms is a place where communication can begin about situations that are going on, and it doesn't have to be a negative situation. It could be a great situation, something to highlight going on. And sometimes we do focus on the problems, but one of the things government is also great about is being able to highlight opportunities and successes, and so those are also things that can be brought through in that communication chain. Well, Rodney, it's been great having you with us again. Again, congratulations on winning the election, and we look forward to the continued improvement, the continued growth of this area of Southaven and your District 20, and we hope for great success as you head down to Jackson.
Thank you, Aaron.
Been great having you.
Likewise.
And we appreciate you also joining us for Southaven Business Beat for another conversation about the growth and the development that's happening here in Southaven, Mississippi, and here in DeSoto County. And we hope that you also will take part in developing the community, improving the area around you and around your home, around your business, and growing and building with us and with the government of Mississippi a thriving community here in DeSoto County in Southaven, Mississippi. Thank you for joining us. I'm Aaron Cozort, and this is Southaven Business Beat.
Please visit www.southavenbusinessbeat.com for more episodes. We would like to thank the following sponsor, Pure Focus Media. Have an event coming up? Let us capture all the moments that will create memories that will last a lifetime with our professional photographer and videographer. Also announcing our new digital selfie photo booth. Book with us today. This podcast is brought to you by the Southaven Chamber of Commerce. We know relationships create commerce. Want to join the Southaven Chamber? Visit www.southavenchamber.com. Be sure to share and subscribe. Thanks for watching.